All right. Okay. Well, welcome to Summit Center for Spiritual Living, where we share universal good through love. And Michael is going to explain why we light the candle and light our candle with 2 wicks. And it's right next to you, so you should be able to get it. So here we go.
Well, yeah, good, Kyle. So good morning. And so we have the wonderful candle here, has 2 wicks on it. First wick represents the light of God in us, as us, and through us. There's only one, and that light is within us. And that light is made much brighter and visible in the world when we are together.
All right. Thank you. Hi, Tim. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Tim. Hi, Kyle.
Glad you guys made it. All right. So we do our opening song, and John is our speaker today, but he's also doing the music. So go ahead, John.
All right. Oop. A new start. Here we are at the beginning of another new month. We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start from the heart for living in a better way. Working together with the skills of many hands, helping each other make the best life we can. Let me turn on the, I can get to it, darn it. Musicians. All right. Let me go back now. Is it still showing? We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start from the heart for living in a better way. Life becoming better as harm and suffering cease. With kindness for each other, we live and grow in peace. Making new start, awareness growing here and there as we care for one another. Love flowers everywhere. We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start from the heart for living in a better way. For living in a better way. for living in a better way.
Thank you, John. And of course, you always do new start at the beginning of the month. So the new month, and we actually got an extra hour of sleep last night, which was nice.
Yeah. I hope nobody tried to tune in an hour ago.
I don't think so, but I forgot to mention it because I didn't even realize till yesterday it was going to be the change. But that's okay. All right. So like I said, John is going to be our speaker today, and I'm going to go ahead and do our 365.
No, now hold it. You told me you wanted me to do it.
No, I told you to do the meditation.
Okay. Okay. Good.
We'll do 365. So, okay, you
What
okay?
now?
Are you okay with that?
Go.
Would you
All
like
right.
to flip a coin?
All right. So, he titles this one "Humanity," and it has the quote from the Bible is Malachi 2:10, and it says, "Have we not all one Father? Hath not one God created us?" Arthur Compton in The Freedom of Man tells us that science has discovered nothing but that contradicts the idea of universal mind or spirit, or which all people are offsprings or emanations. It would be impossible to converse with each other unless there is a common medium, or as Emerson said, one mind common to all people. It is impossible to depart from this divine presence, to be separated from this heavenly Father, which is the parent mind. Since God is everywhere, wherever we are, God is. Today I know that there is one spirit in every person I meet, realizing that there is one heavenly Father. I know that there is a common bond among all humanity. There are no aliens, no strangers. The divine image in me cannot be separated from the divine image in others. I see God in everything, everyone I meet, and the spirit that is within me responds to that spirit within them, so that we are one source. And then there's a quote from the Science of Mind, page 443, and it says, "The only way to know God is to be like God." And while this may seem discouraging in our present state of evolution, we should remember that we have but started on an eternal ladder that ever spirals upward. All right. John, I'll let you do your song. Thank you.
I am life, so it is. We are life, so it is. I am aware, so it is. We are aware, so it is. I am peace, so it is. We are life, so it is. I So it is. I am love. So it is. We are love. So it is. So it is.
So let's all just become still. Turn within. Turn within to that magnificence that is us. Living, moving, having its being in and through and as us. As we take a deep breath in, inhale, and exhale, release, relax, and just let go. One more time. Inhale, exhale, and this time become centered in your heart. Start breathing from your heart. As you breathe in, and now out. Become centered in your heart. See that light of God that's in you, as you, through you, that pilot light. And allow that light to engulf you so that you are the light. Feel that, know that you are the light emanating as you. You are the light emanating as you. And know with me that there's only one life, one activity. There's only one going on. One. And this one emanates in and through, and as each and every one of us, we are all one with that one life, that one precious energy. We are one with it. It is one with us. We are channels of that infinite energy in and through and as us. So today we allow ourselves just to be in that energy of good, in that energy of presence, of stillness, knowing that everything comes from that. We now decree and declare peace for ourselves, peace for our lives, and also peace for the United States. As we are going into an election week, we just now know that the peace that passes all understanding is with us, as us, and through us. We know for our community today that this is a very good day, a very God day. That as we join together on this, the beginning of the month of gratitude, beginning of the month of November, our hearts are filled with a great attitude of being thankful for all that is and all that will come. Yes. It is said that the vibration of God is a vibration of love and of gratitude. So let's allow ourselves again just to be in that attitude of gratitude for each other, for anything that we are experiencing. We can just accept it in the moment and know that it can change. If it's not to our liking, we know that we can change it. We can change it through our thought, and we can change it through our inspired action. Yes. So I just give great thanks for us being here today, for John doing the music, for each and every person watching, either live or another time. And I just now know that we are blessed today. We are blessed beyond measure. Because again, that us being together shines a greater light into the world and also uplifts us individually. As we allow ourselves just to bask in that energy of oneness, that we are one. So again, giving great thanks. I now just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as John has been singing, and so it is.
Love. So it is. We are love. So it is. I am aware. So it is. We are aware. So it is. So it is.
Okay, and as you come back to the room, and I want you to open your eyes and open your cameras if possible, and so we can look into each other's eyes and see that magnificent being, which is you, Spirit, God, all that is, right here, right now. All right, it's always great to look into each other's eyes when we can. Okay. So that's wonderful. So, John, I'm going to just turn this on over to you then. So,
All right. Well, I thought we would start off Gratitude Month with a piece I'll call Grateful. And it could have a subtitle that borrowed from the Sound of Music, a few of my favorite things. So you've all got favorite things. Are you grateful for the fall colors, for example, for nature, for the sun, for life itself? You know, we're have many things to be grateful for. What are we especially grateful for? Are those things we feel good about? The people, the places, the experiences, events that bring us good and enhance our well-being, enhance our lives. We'll start off with a quote from Holmes from The Science of Mind on Thanksgiving and praise. I will give thanks to my inner life for all its marvelous wonders and for all of its wonderful works. I will sing and be glad, for I know that I am hid with truth in a perfect life. The fullness of joy is mine. Well, some of my favorite things for which I am grateful probably include some of yours too, such as family, friends, God, or what I call creative awareness, pets, good health, good food. And I won't go through all the favorite foods or we'd be here all into the afternoon, but nature, music, singing, harmony, art, prosperity, and here in America, we are among the richest people in the world, even those at the low end of the income spectrum. But peace, kindness, love, joy, the things we celebrate each week, and the soul itself. Well, more personally, I'm personally grateful for my mother, my grandmother, whose 141st birthday would be tomorrow, if she were still living. She did live to 92. And my great aunt, who were my caretakers as a child. You know, my grandfather, I remember well, he died when I was 7, but I also appreciate my grandfather's ancestry going back to Chief Puka Shinwa and beyond. as native inhabitants of Ohio. I liked the fact that they got me an encyclopedia when I was 4 years old, and I could start learning at an early age. And I also had piano lessons at 4, 8, and 12 years old. I'm grateful for those, even though I didn't stay with them and perfect my pianistic abilities. But I'm grateful for Aunt Hattie and Uncle Ernie's farm, where we went almost every other Sunday, and I get to hang out on the farm and get to know all the cool animals and help with chores and so on, collecting corn and feeding the chickens and so on. And I'm grateful for my uncles, aunts, and cousins that were all part of my life. My cities that I grew up in, Akron and Cuyahoga Falls, and all my childhood neighborhoods, because I was an only child. I had to reach out and make friends with people in every neighborhood to have somebody to play with and have things to do. We had a lot of fun. We played a lot of games and went a lot of places together. And one of the things I remember well is baseball and playing hide and seek and going out in the woods and such. I went to Shaker Day Camp, and I really enjoyed that. I went for many years, about 6 years of my childhood, to Shaker Day Camp, where we had swimming, boating, hiking in the woods, camping, and archery and horseback riding as well. So I got to be familiar with all those wonderful things, as well as bicycling back in the neighborhoods at home. I enjoyed all those activities. We played a lot in Virginia Kendall Park as a kid. One of the camps I went to, went there every Friday to play in the woods. And I was in Boy Scouts, and I got to also go to camp at Camp Manitowoc, which is one of the most beautiful parts of our area, right in the heart of the national park there. And enjoyed that greatly. I learned to play basketball, and eventually I even became a basketball coach and a basketball ref. And I went to several different schools in Akron and Cuyahoga Falls, and had good teachers, and I appreciate all of them. I went to the First Christian Church in Cuyahoga Falls and the Sunday school, choir, youth group. Loved all of that. Went to Camp Christian every summer for summer camp, church camp. In high school, I was in the a cappella choir. I was in theater, and I still see and I'm Facebook friends with the director of our plays that were in high school. He's in his 90s. He's a local artist. He's a photographer and former health director of the city of Akron, Joe Dick. And my friend Marcia is also friends with him, as is my friend Burl, who's an actor in New York City that went from our high school stage all the way to movies and plays in New York. And I learned to play the guitar and to sing, as you know, and I really enjoyed performing. I had a singing group in high school called the Jeterity Singers. It was kind of a combination of our names. And I went to Ohio University, and I learned economics, history, philosophy, really loved the school. Athens, I loved. In fact, I liked it so much, I moved back there years later for a while. And I went to Hartford Seminary, also called the Hartford International University of Religion and Peace, and then was glad to have really good professors both in college and at Hartford of different subjects, across the spectrum of economics and philosophy and human nature and psychology and religious studies and biblical studies and so on. And I learned about Carl Jung, one of my favorite authors, and Joseph Campbell. I even met him. And of course, studying the life of Yeshua and also Buddha, really favorite parts of my intellectual background and so on. And while I was there, I worked at a church, South Park Methodist Church, and started a coffee house called Inner Spaces. And we had all kinds of activities there. We had music, we had discussion groups and different little skits and games and all kinds of things to be of enjoyment to young adults in the city. And I got to have friends there, and it became roommates, apartment mates, and so on. And then I met a guy that came to Hartford Seminary from Texas, and we formed a singing duo, and we played starting at Inner Spaces and then moved on to play professionally in also at Wooden Ships, another evolution of the coffee house into an arts forum, Wooden Ships Community Arts Forum. We traveled all over New England playing at colleges and nightclubs and other venues. And in the process, I discovered a cat that climbed in my car and became the best cat I ever had, named Leo. Had him for years, and he moved with me from Hartford back to Akron and out to Ravenna and then to Kent. He was moved more than any other pet I've ever known, and adapted well to all those places. And I was also getting into writing. So I was writing articles for a publication called All About, which was about arts and events. Had events calendar in it and articles on all the different arts and so on in the Hartford area. And we used to hand it out at the insurance companies, went to all those insurance companies like Aetna. And when I got back to Akron, I started another version of Inner Spaces called Inner Spaces Community Workshop, which became a natural food store and the food co-op. Later, we changed the name to Cooperative Market. And it went on for 30 years in Akron, bringing natural health foods and organic foods and herbs and so forth. And I was learning all about those. I started a distribution company called Good Food Company to deliver produce and cheese. Enjoyed that, even though I had to drive an old postal van in the winter with holes in the floor to go get the produce, mushrooms, and cheese down in Amish country. But learned a lot from that and made some money. And then I sold that business and spent a year writing my book, Nutrition, Health, and Harmony. And I really enjoyed that, publishing that and turning it into a career for a while there, doing health consulting and traveling around doing lectures and seminars on health all over Ohio and even around the eastern United States. Wrote for a publication called the TAT Journal. I think it was something like Truth, Action, and something, I forget the other word, but it was a philosophical journal, as well as the Organo Farms newsletter. My friend Louise and I edited the Organo Farms newsletter for several years. And I was always into New Thought from my great aunt, as I've mentioned before, but I started getting really into it, and I joined a group called the Center of New Thought, and got really into Steiner, which of course was the mentor or the inspiration for Spring Garden Waldorf School, which I was at the initial meeting to plan that school. And my kids went there for 16 years. And I learned about Holmes and the Fillmores and the Ballards. And I also studied Adida, the Western master of Eastern philosophy, I guess we'll say, that is a prolific author and very interesting. And so I got into the Center of New Thought, Alpha Omega, Unity, other metaphysical groups like the Akron and Ohio Metaphysical Societies. And I studied Reiki, rebirthing, transformational healing, touch for health, kinesiology. And those are all favorite things that I still utilize. I spent time at the Survival Center and learned all about survival and having good food on hand in case some disaster crops up, such as a hurricane that you didn't expect to hit your area, something like that. And then I moved into Kent and bought a house at 333 Crane Avenue and set up Life Circle Holistic Healing Center. We had classes and workshops there and an office, and I did consultations and so forth. And eventually I got involved in Summit Center. And of course, I was singing with Michelle at the time. We had a group with Michelle and my children called Presence. We used to sing at Summit Center and other places, at coffee houses and restaurants and so on. And eventually it came out in 2009 with my CD, It's About Time. And that's still a favorite thing, to perform those songs and continue to do songwriting. And I participate in 2 songwriting groups here. Participated in another one in Athens when I was down there for 3 years. I moved back to Athens in 2012 for 3 years and lived on a farm. I got to play with animals and take care of them, variety of different animals. I helped a guy in his congressional campaign, primary for the Democratic ticket. Didn't get to be the candidate, but we tried hard. It was a weird district that ran all the way from Pomeroy from Portsmouth to Steubenville along the river. But we had a little fun trying to get that done. And I joined an organization called AREC, the Appalachian Renewable Energy Consumer Cooperative, and became the secretary pretty quickly after helping write the bylaws. So I'm appreciative of all these events and life twists and turns. I've moved 40 times in my life, I've figured, and I'm not done moving yet, probably more than anyone else you've ever known. And that gives you opportunity to make all these changes and meet all kinds of different people and get involved in different things that keep your interests growing. So I'm appreciative of all that, and especially of my children, my friends, and my loved ones through all this. And I'll mention a few names. My best friend from my early childhood neighborhood, Bernie Sensor, and Carol, who lived across the street, and her mother took care of me. And I still am in touch with her through Facebook. She lives out in, I think, Missouri now with her children, but we communicate still. And then I had Rick in my neighborhood in Cuyahoga Falls, Rick Lane, that lived across the street, and we played a lot. And we had other kids we played with. Had a big open field in the middle of the block where we could play baseball all the time and catch bugs of various kinds. And then my best buddy Jeff, I went to high school with and still see him a lot. Other friends, Jim B, that passed away a few years ago, Bob Lash. I even wrote a song about Lash. He's a whole different adventure. Friends from college, Bill and Tony. Bill passed on, but I still keep in touch with Tony. My friend in Hartford, Bob March, I keep in touch with him every once in a while. And my music partner, Dale, Julie and Diana Murray, who were nurses that were good friends in Hartford, and Fran, my first wife that I met in Hartford. And then Jim Gattuso that I took care of while he was in hospice. My friend Dave that I lived with, and of course, Michelle and Marshall, you all know them. My friend Sarah that I lived on her farm, as well as Marshall's farm down in Athens. And my friend Marcia that I walk dogs with the dog Maya, Ruby, Jade, and the cats Monkey and Squeak. And with our family dog Toby, I'll let them represent all the pets, all the horses and sheep and goat and pig and cow and chicken friends that I've had over the years, that I won't have time to mention them all. And then my family, Mary Jane, and my children, Brandy, Angela, Adam, Keon, and my grandchildren, Sophia, and now Leia. And my friends that I'm here with, Debbie and Wayne, and you folks, all of my friends, I'm very grateful for. So we might also be grateful for the many challenges of life that seem to distract, interfere, or impede our actions and our progress. Because I'm grateful for the challenges of this world, because experiencing them in our own way is why we came to this time and place for learning, healing, and growing. We can look at life's obstacles as being similar to exercise equipment to help us work out and get stronger. And these experiences are opportunities also for discernment and alternative thought and action in the service of making things better. That was Making It Better was the name of my article I used to write for All About. I think I mentioned that before, back in the early 70s in Hartford. And it's also what little kids say when they get hurt. Make it better. We can bring the difficulties and the problems of life to our temple of healing love, which is the dynamics of our whole body, mind, and spirit, and bring that forward for transformation, for improvement. Life is perpetually being transformed, and we know that change is inevitable. So we learn to maintain our connection to higher consciousness in the face of the changes and challenges that life presents to us. Here's a quote from Holmes: "The power within blesses all. The power within me is blessing all humankind and is forever healing all with whom I come in contact. The power within me is God, and it must bless and help and heal all who come near it. Silently, the work goes on, and silently, all are being helped by this inner power, which is operating through me. I will give thanks that my power within is silently blessing and helping everyone to whom my thought reaches. The life within me blesses all humankind." That's from The Science of Mind, page 290. And I added the hue to where he used the term mankind, which actually is an interesting term. It's hue is also like color. We're a blend of colors in humanity, various colors of our skins. And then also hue is a sacred word in Eastern spirituality that some people use in meditation. But now we need holistic healing more than ever. We must learn to detoxify our body, mind, and soul and support the transformational healing of ourselves and of our collective mind, our individual mind, and our collective mind. The self, as we mentioned last week, or last time I spoke, is the self is the interaction, the interface between soul and ego, or our personal presentation of ourselves, between the real multidimensional entity that we are and the strategic organizer, the front person, persona, face, whatever you want to call it, one presents to the world for getting things done. The drama of life is about a choice between separation, consciousness, separation thinking, and fear, or releasing that limiting dualistic manner of operating and expressing ourselves with the higher self-understanding of wholeness, awareness, healing love. In the natural environment manifested by creative source awareness, no matter what changes occur, we need to heal. We will continue to manifest this awakening and growth and improvement in awareness if we do this. The temple of healing love is each one of us, the sacred space for healing love and our prayer. It is urgent that the healing principles of the science of mind be taught. Recognition of God, creative loving awareness as reality, while letting go of the illusions of false reality like fear. Unification with divine awareness, the true reality. Realization of healing love, detoxification protocols, beneficial nutrition, clearing the toxins and technologies from our body and our nervous system as best as we can, and thankfulness that we are awakening from slumber. From Holmes, we have no record of Jesus ever asking God to do things for him. He gave thanks and then commanded the law to work. Another Holmes quote on unity. Today I realize that I am one with the all-good. My God and I are one. I cannot be hid from his face. I behold thee, O Most High, enthroned in my temple of flesh. Thy secret place is within me. I feel thy presence. I hear thy voice. I rejoice in thy light. Today my body responds to the divine behest, be perfect. I know of my perfection and wholeness. I am complete and perfect now. Let every thought of disease flee from me, and let thy light shine. O light eternal, O light of my life, I come into thy presence with joy and thanksgiving. So be it. As we awaken, a profound experience of life will result. We are grateful for the opportunity and the growth. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, John. That was wonderful. And it's always all the things that you were saying that you were grateful for. I mean, everything, I was grateful for everything, those things you said. But when you brought up your family and your friends, that's what I'm most grateful for. And especially our little family among our here in Summit Center I'm very grateful for. And that's just absolutely wonderful. And during announcements, I'm going to mention something here, but thank you, John. That was great. And I'm going to let anybody else who may have a comment say it.
Well, I'm thankful for you, John. There's not a week that goes by and I do a wedding and that I don't mention your name. So your ear, saying, well, John taught me to do it this way, or John gave me this bit of advice, or John did, yeah. So that's so you're watching over me and kind of guiding me on the path has helped thousands. So, but thank you.
I am thrilled, John, that we were on the same path. And although we don't see each other very often, that there is a deepening in understanding understanding that connects us even more. It's like I can look at you and it's, I have reason to believe that what looks out behind my eyes is the same thing that looks out from your eyes, and I sure do like it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Me too.
Tim, did you have a comment or were you? No? Okay, no problem. Just wanted to, you were on camera, so I thought I'd better ask.
Well, I am grateful for Zoom for allowing me to participate with you guys.
Yeah, I guess we should be grateful for the internet.
Yeah.
Or not. Yes, it's good and it's bad, perhaps. Yeah. Good tool of communication, isn't it?
Just like the invention of, or the discovery of fire, we can use it to keep ourselves warm or burn down a village.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you. And I'm going to turn this over to John to do a song then.
All right. Well, this is a song maybe a year or two ago. It's called We're in This Together. We're in this together, searching for the norm through all kinds of weather, waiting out the storm. There's a need for understanding, some healing needing done, for good cooperation that's good for everyone. We're in this together, finding where we stand, healing, growing, learning, helping as we can. There's a need for understanding, some planning needing done, for working well together, that's good for everyone. Oh, 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 oh. maybe you've been missing what's really going on. More clarity is coming with the morning dawn. We're in this together, no matter what one thinks, making our world better, working out the kinks. There's a need for understanding, some research needing done, for making our world better, that's good for everyone.
Thank you, John. Very much appreciate that. Okay, it's that time in our service where we give ourselves the opportunity, we have ourselves to give. And there are a couple ways you can do that. You can go to Zelle and go to SSC of Akron at gmail.com, and you can get that way, or you can go to PayPal and do SSC of Akron at gmail.com, or you can send a check or a money order to with the saying it out to Summit. It's at least have the word Summit on there, and that would be to you would send that to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio 44310. So as we symbolically take our tithes in our hand and right top over left, and just know with me that all that we have, all that we give, all that we receive is blessed in a very gracious manner, and that it goes to the work of Summit Center for Spiritual Living, but it also goes back to the world and to the people who give. That we make our lives better through our giving, but we also are grateful to have the opportunity to give. So with that, I just give thanks, and I release my word and know that it is good. So it is. Okay. All right. It is good, more good, John.
Good, more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Unlimited, infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. Good crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. Good, more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
Okay, thank you. And so I'm going to do the first announcement. I was at CVS yesterday. Yeah, day before, whatever. When I got my COVID and my flu shot, and I ran into Carol Alania, dark-haired lady in her 80s. She lived very close to the center up by State Road. She would walk sometimes. Yeah, you guys would know her if you saw her. But anyway, it was really nice to see her. I guess she's been going to Unity. She didn't join us here because she's not good with the internet. So that's why she's never been, but she asked about everybody. So that was really nice. And then also, I was thinking that it's that time where it'd be nice to get together with everybody again. And I would like to set up another when we can all get together to try to have a meal together. And I thought when we went to what was the name of the place we went to?
Aladdin's.
Ladden's, yeah, because it has a vegetarian thing that was a nice thing. And I was thinking, looking at the Palmer's Almanac, and there were certain weeks that looked like the weather was going to be fairly decent. Of course, you know, that's going by the Palmer's Almanac. But a Monday or third Friday works best for me personally. But I was thinking either Monday or December 2nd or Friday, November 22nd. And maybe we could do like 2 o'clock again, like we did before, have a late lunch, or 2:30, maybe say 2:30. So people can do a late lunch or early dinner. And so if one of those days works better for somebody, I'll have to just set it up with Aladdin's again. And of course, the center will provide everybody's meal. So, and Tim, I know you can't make it all the way out, but we'll do something like what we did last year. I'll send you a gift certificate for a place for you to go eat. So that sounds.
I really appreciate that, but it's just not the same without you all.
I know.
Maybe
But-
we could bring you in virtually to the
Oh,
lunch.
that's an idea.
Yeah, someone FaceTime me.
You could eat virtual food.
Okay.
There's
That's okay. Yes, that's happening.
I think it'd be nice to do it. I think it'd be nice to do it between Thanksgiving and Christmas, like that December 2nd.
Yeah, I like the
This-
beginning of
this,
December. I think that's nice.
Yeah, and this December that they said the first through the 5th was fairly good weather. Then there was some nasty weather coming, and then but anyways, that's why I was thinking the 2nd would work, or the 4th. I mean, Wednesdays work for me too, but I know that we'll have Carol Ann's thing that's on Wednesday evening, and I don't want to mess that up for any.
The weather that far in advance could change anyway, but
Right.
do
And
you know if Aladdin's has lunch prices versus dinner prices?
I can't remember, but I bet they do have lunch prices.
You
And
want to get there early enough for the lunch price. You know?
right. Well, then we can always do like 1:30 or 2 as opposed. But yeah, so that's just what I was thinking. I think that's what we did the last time. We did it at 2 so that we made it for lunch prices.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we can do it that way. And so anyways, it's just something to think about. Let me know. And so that's all I have. And who's next for announcements?
Well, yeah. So
Okay.
oh, good. So yeah, big news is we're starting Carol Ann the meditation starting this coming Wednesday, the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of November, and the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of December. Carol Ann will be leading a meditation at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I already have a friend of mine from Alaska who's going to be joining us. So we have people from all around the country. If you would like to come to the meditation, you have to send me an email. Okay. Because I'm going to have to be sending out Zoom invitations here too. So you have to send me an email at pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com. All the information is in the chat. We're going to have a great time, and that again, I need that email, and I really need it no later than tomorrow. I'll be setting up that room tonight and then sending it out tomorrow. So again, if you could, if you want to be a part of it, again, it's donation basis if you want. But again, it's all for you. So 1st and 3rd Wednesday, of November and December, pastormichaelmangus@gmail.com. Send me an email so we can keep track of you. And so then I will send you the Zoom room. It's 8:00 Eastern on Wednesday night. And ntmedia.org.
Okay, any other announcements?
Yes, yeswise.com, where you can look for the Yeswise Inspiry. I put one up the other day. And I mentioned last week, I'm going to be doing a Tuesday evening at 8, introduction overview kind of thing, and for my work of 50 years, but it's just from now till just before Christmas. I'll do it on Tuesdays, kind of a need to know information, not the whole gamut of what I want to do in the winter. That'll be coming later, but starting Tuesday night, right in the middle of the election results. If you want to take a little break from hearing the ongoing reports for a few minutes, or any Tuesday, but each one should be a little different. But stuff you need to know, but you may not. And the link for it, I'm probably going to do it on Rumble, a live stream on Rumble. But the information about how to get into it will be on yeswise.com here sometime in the next day or two.
Wonderful.
Tuesday night.
Okay. And Carol Ann, we're looking forward to your meditation this week. So I know I am anyways. But yeah, definitely looking for that. Okay, unless there's any other questions or comments, it's time to do our moment of silence. And I'm going to ring us in, and then I will ring us out as well. But when we do take this moment of silence, please bring into mind somebody that needs healing, whether it be yourself, the world, the country, a family member, a friend, a coworker. Please just bring into mind and know that the best and highest good is happening for the situation, no matter what it is, and that they are being healed, or things are getting better or improving, whatever the case may be. And thank you. I'll ring us in, and I'm going to ring us out when we're done. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God unfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
All right. Let me share the screen here for Real and True. Life is real. Life is true. We are life, living as me and you. Joy is real. Joy is true. We are joy, living as me and you. Peace is real. living as me and you. Love is real. Love is true. We are love, living as me and you. Living as me and you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John, and appreciate everybody being here today. And Hannah, you can end our Facebook feed now. So once we're there, it's just really